Welcome to the Battlefield Show. I am Scott Gibson, your Commander-in-Chief, guiding you through the battlefield of life. You know what you're here for, no more messing about. Stick the tape in, hit the track, onwards! How we doing, team? Episode 7. We are we're building content. That's what we're doing. Episode 7 of the Battlefield Show. Welcome back to our masses. I'm looking at the numbers now. You're talking, there could be anything from 6 to 7 people listening to this podcast right now, and I value every single one. I'm fucking joking, man. There's 8 or 9 cunts listening all the time. But thank you everyone who has done so. How you been? Monday again. Monday, the bastard, and 18th of November. I don't know about you, but it feels like this month is lasting forever, man. It feels as if we rushed all the way up to November, and now that we're in November, we've been fucking stuck here for quite some time. But we are in it, balls deep. Quickly approaching the end. I don't know how you feel about the whole Christmas situation. I just think it's still too early. And I don't think that's, being a Scrooge or like just a grumpy old man. I still just think it's too early for all the Christmas shit. I understand the festive period is about one thing. Money. Now, if those of you who were thinking family, you're wrong, because let's be honest, you get to a certain point where you don't necessarily want to spend, especially Christmas Day. Christmas Day is one of those days where if you had the choice, you'd be in your comfies with as much cheese, enough cheese to kill an average human, and you would consume it watching old television and some football, if possible. But the festive period is about money, it's about buying stuff, and I get that shops, especially the high street, they need to get as much in there as humanly possible so that you can start to buy stuff. I'm even having the conversation now with the missus, what are we getting? The nieces, what do you want? I need some ideas. Because this is the thing, ladies, you there's no point in being subtle with men. You need to have the subtle touch of a fucking sledgehammer, right? So instead of running the risk of potentially being not upset on Christmas Day, but certainly you don't want to have the feeling of the stuff I've got him is far better than the stuff he's got me. Nobody wants that, right? No, the joy of giving is far more than the joy of receiving. We are constantly told, but it is nice to receive something exciting. So see if there's something you want, just fucking tell us. Just tell us. And see if in your head you're going, I really want this thing, but I'm just scared that if I tell him, he might think, well, why did you tell me I was going to get... No, just fucking tell us. There's nothing that we would love more than just to come in one day and your partner say, listen, see Christmas... I want this, and this. And whatever you can afford, get something out of that list. People are fucking, job's a good one. Job is a good one. I've made the mistake as well. Here's the thing, I can't hold my water. So I got the missus 2 things recently. And in my head, I generally thought, I'll stick that away for Christmas. I'm getting prepared, I'm getting a good base layer in, right? And then when it turned up, I just went, I actually left it in the kitchen. She went, what's that? I went, that's the thing I got you. And then now we're back to fucking square one. But I hope you're all getting prepared for Christmas. The festive period is upon us. Quality Street is here. Talking of fucking Quality Street. John Lewis, right? Now, I used to think John Lewis was like a kind of fancy shop for cunts, right? Posh bastards. Basically, there was a time when Marks and Spencer's was the fancy shop, right? And then Marks and Spencer's got a wee bit kind of shitty, and they started doing, cheaper food, and anybody could shop at Marks and Spencer's, right? And it lost its touch. And then I thought, John Lewis is the place where the dafties go, right? But it's just effectively a department store that just sells decent gear, right? It's not that expensive. And long story short, in John Lewis, I don't know what we're looking for, but we're in, and ended up getting a few bits and pieces. Right, you're digressing here, Scott. Get to the point. Quality Street. So, I'm on a floor. This is John Lewis in Edinburgh, and there's a wee lassie standing. A wee lassie. She's a woman, a young woman standing. And there's Quality Street. Right now, it's in like kind of buckets. Right, or there's like a display case. So if you imagine all the stuff that comes in a Quality Street tin, it's all broken down into individual buckets, right? And I was like, what the fuck's that all about out there? You can customise a tin of Quality Street. Let me just say that again. You get a tin. Now, if you want, you can put a name on it, right? You could put like Mum, Dad, Father, Papa, Mother. I don't know if you could put cunt on it. They might not let you put a swear word on it, but put a street name. That was one of the things. You could put a street name on it. Anyway, you get a tin and you fill it wherever the fuck you want. So, if you are a Quality Street connoisseur and you like the big purple one, fill it with big purple ones. Who doesn't enjoy a big purple one? We've all had a tin of Quality Street. The first thing you'll ask is, how long has it been there for? Because if it had been sitting in a family environment for longer than an hour, the chances of you getting a decent bit of Quality Street are long fucking gone. But imagine having a full tin of big purple ones. I mean, I think that we're just gonna get a tin of fucking my own Quality Street and just sit and tan fuck at it during Christmas Day. Oh, I think the missus want to go and get it as presents for people, but you've got to sneak one in for yourself, man. I'm trying to think. Sometimes the toffee coins, is that the mint, the kind of triangle one, that's not too bad, but it's always the same with these things. You know, whenever you get like a box of chocolates or stuff like that at Christmas, you're always left. And see if you're one of the... I'm telling you something else, man. See when I am King of Scotland, when the Tories get back in and the revolution comes, Scotland finally leave, and then the Great War of 2030, couple of things I'm going to bring into power. One, if you are caught wearing leggings in the street or active gym wear, without actually being on your way or travelling from a gym, you'll be incarcerated. And number two, obviously this is within a whole list of law enforcement, but if you're one of these people who, when you finish a chocolate, puts the wrapper back in the tin, there's a special place in hell for cunts like you. You're up there. For me, you're up there with Hitler. What did this cunt do? Fucking guess 6 odd million Jews. Oh, what a bad bastard. And him, he put the wrappers back in a tin of Quality Street. You fucking disgust me. But yes, Christmas is upon us. Get yourself a John Lewis, man. Tell him the big man sent you. 50% discount. Remember the junkies used to come in the door and rob stuff, so they'd chat at the door and offer you things, do you know what I mean? They used to get junkies around there that would they would take orders. So you get out and be like, alright man, I've got a couple of CDs, and it's just blank CDs. It's just something they've lifted at the shop. Shampoo. Is there anything you're looking for? Is there anything you're looking for? These junkies are pioneers. They are effectively Amazon before Amazon became a thing. A junkie that would steal to order is effectively what Amazon is now. Think about it, right? It's a faceless transaction. No physical money changes hands. You click a wee button to say you want it, and it arrives. Usually, 9 times out of 10, delivered by someone who's had drug addiction problems in the past. There's sometimes junkies are the minds that they have, man. I mean, they're the most focused business minds there is. You think if you're on, I mean, I don't even know what people get nowadays for signing on. I don't imagine as much, but these fuckers can make it stretch a month and continue to feed a drug habit. You should put as a junkie as Chancellor Exchequer. Sort this nonsense out. After Brexit, fucking Mad Davy. We Mad Tam in the front row going, I'm going to fucking... They used to steal the order. I remember somebody came in the door and they had like a set of razors, like clippers, to sell. Nah, mate, nah, not for me, man. You any bath towels? No, mate, but I'll get you some. What colour you after? And then just go and rob bath towels. What's that got to do with John Lewis? I don't know. This is how these conversations work. We fucking just go off in tangents. Maybe you could employ a junkie to frequent John Lewis and steal whatever you need. I imagine it would be rumbled straight away by the ex-paramilitaries that run John Lewis' security system. Also, John Lewis let you take Doug's in. The tour manager enjoyed a pleasant stroll around John Lewis this very afternoon. So get along, man. I imagine you can get these quality street things elsewhere. It's the only place I've seen it. This podcast is not sponsored by John Lewis. However, if they want to sponsor it, I'll fucking happily take the money. I did see this week, I never realised there's a guy in America called John Lewis. His name's John Lewis. And he's got the Twitter handle @John Lewis. So obviously, I saw a wee tweet. I'm getting excited. It's that time of year again when the John Lewis Christmas advert is coming out. And to be fair to him, he's got a good bit of banter, man. You know, when people had been tweeting @John Lewis going, I have bought this caviar for the canopy party that we're having this evening, and may I say it's absolutely disgusting. And he gives him a bit of banter back, man. So it's fucking... What Twitter should be, know what I mean? For a laugh. What social media is meant to be, having a laugh. But as usual, these things get hijacked by a bunch of fucking sour-faced cunts. Twitter the now. I'm at my absolute wit's end with Twitter, man. I have a good strike system that's been in overflow recently, man, which is, I don't know if it's the moon and the stars. I don't know if it's something's been aligned somewhere that people are acting a bit more cuntish more than ever, but the strike system works as you turn off people's retweets, right, if they start retweeting a hell load of shite. And you don't block people, man. That's an amateur move. You don't block cunts, right? Because here's the thing. Trolls exist forever. And there are just some people in this world who like nothing more than to see people fail, or to see people hurt, or to see people upset. And by you blocking them on social media, it's not going to change. If anything, oddly, that's exactly what they want. You know, how many times have we seen it on Twitter especially, where someone will tweet, oh, well, I guess they couldn't take it then, and it's a picture of them saying you've been blocked from. You're like, why are you such a pathetic little cunt? Even if it is a piece of shit that's blocked you, most of the time, the ones I see is like Piers Morgan, or who's that other fucking nugget that kicks about, you know, and they'll tweet a picture going like, oh, I guess they just couldn't take it then. You're like, hey, I mean, why are you wasting your fucking time even tweeting these people? Why are you wasting your time engaging on any level with someone who you either despise, someone who you hate, someone who you completely disagree with? You've taken time out of your day to go and seek out that person, find a message, find a tweet, a quote, whatever, then reply to them, engage with that person, and then push it to the point where they have blocked you so you can't see anything else, and you then take the time to screenshot that and put out your post. Guess they couldn't take it. How invaluable is your time? That's what I often think about trolls, man. Something that has happened quite recently in my game in comedy, man. And someone was doing a gig, and it was a huge gig, man. Absolutely incredible, considering the number of people that came along to this gig. And the abuse, man, just the vile hatred and jealousy that you see. And you're thinking, you have taken time out of your day to engage with this. Now, the people who you're trolling, I don't give a fuck. I still get it now. I get the other day somebody tweeted something. I know sometimes people think they're funny by, messaging you back a kind of cheeky remark or a comment sometimes. And I've had people message me going, "Oh, did you see that?" I couldn't give a fuck, man. My time is far too valuable to engage in this kind of stuff. The best thing you can do, especially for Twitter, man, is like you mute people, right? So you just don't see them; they just don't exist anymore. You don't need to engage with it. I was kicking with someone last week, and she was telling me about some abuse that she'd been getting on Twitter again because of a comment that she'd put up about something that was in the news. And I'm going, why waste your time engaging with these people? Because oddly, that's exactly what they want. They're so unhappy and sad in their own little world that they need this validation by almost feeling as if they are passing their sadness and their anger onto someone else. And that's what the trolls get, man. It just feeds them, I just don't engage with it, man. I just don't even bother with it. Social media now is just it's horrific. And a lot of the other sides of that is, I think, the problems, especially now, right? Because we've got the election coming up, so you can imagine it's all fucking full guns, right? And even in comedy, comedy was a thing where we would openly make light of a subject or discuss things, but as long as you are on the, as they would say, the right side of the argument, which in this case is the left. Now I'm an SNP man. I have been since I was a young guy, and I will continue to be. I imagine. For me, Labour in Scotland is useless. Don't even get started in the Tories, man, but if you openly hold an opinion that is against the majority, especially within a creative world, then you have no idea the backlash that's going to be just now. And I just think that people are, especially even at this time, people are meant to be having conversations, and to tie that back to social media, people will build a community for themselves with people who share the exact same views as them. So it then becomes very difficult for anyone to have a balanced viewpoint on anything, because the majority of the space that you will get your news or your information from, or your interactions, will be from a very hand-picked group of people that share those views. And if anybody comes along who doesn't share those views, even if they put it across in a way that is calm, respectful, conversational, 9 times out of 10 they'll just jump on it and shut you down, call you abusive names, start trolling you, and it goes for there. By the time, I can't believe we're having an election, man. Another one. It's going to be fucking horrific. It's going to be absolutely horrific. I didn't even know what I was talking about there, man. That was mad. But aye, so Quality Street. Fucking hell, Scotty boy. One thing, obviously, that's been a big news story, and I imagine most of you have seen it in the news, the fucking Mad Andy, the bold prince, Duke of York. He had 10,000 men, and he sent them out to get wins. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, he did the interview for the BBC. Now, the only good thing about this story or this situation is, unlike the whole fucking Savile bollocks. Now, I know Savile was taking wains, right? There's no one in the world, I would think, who would disagree with the fact that Prince Andrew's a fucking dirty bastard, right? I don't think there's anyone who would disagree with that. My problem with the whole, not documentary, but the interview on the BBC was, what was the point of it? That's the first thing. What was the fucking point of it? Other than to give him effectively a get out of jail card with the media. Because that's it now. That's him done. He will disappear. And here's the thing, I was saying this to my missus today. Before the whole Epstein thing, right? And also, if you think that man actually fucking committed suicide, you're a bigger mug than fucking Andrew. You've got to be, I suppose you've got to be careful what you're saying, but you can't even begin to imagine the stuff that goes on in that world. Right? Now, Epstein's a normal guy. He's as close to us as you can get within that circle, in the sense that he is not a fucking prince, right? He is not one of the lizard people. No wonder the cunt doesn't sweat, right? He's a fucking lizard. I mean, even that with the fucking sweat. That was one of the best bits in the whole fucking interview. He just had to get in there as well. Yes, I actually came under fire in the Falklands and I was shot during active duty. Oh, right, so you're a fucking war hero as well as a nonce. And I had an overdose of adrenaline and it stopped me sweating for quite some time. But, recently, in recent days, weeks, months and years through, therapy and having sex with underage women, I've been able to sweat again. To be fair, the cunt man never fucking broke sweat during that interview. Never fucking broke sweat. He's a lizard. I think that obviously Epstein, right, he's got himself involved in stuff with extremely wealthy and powerful people. And whatever's happened, it's came to a head. And the man knew too much. And there was absolutely he probably knew himself. There was no way in hell they were ever going to let him stand trial. No way in fucking hell. He must have known himself. He must have been sitting in that cell waiting for the fucking SAS, Navy SEAL, MI5, fucking every major international fucking organisation from the world's probably sent somebody into that fucking cell. I imagine it was been as exciting. Remember the images of Obama sitting around when they were going to get Bin Laden? I imagine it probably went even with more clinical operation than that. Imagine the stuff that man knows, that man has seen, that man set up. There's no way in hell they would ever let him go to trial. So they kill him, string him up, make a little suicide. And then Prince Andrew gets on. Now, I imagine Lizzie has went, listen, you fucking dirty beast. See, I always imagine the Queen in this situation, like, sitting with like a fucking leopard print dressing gown on, a pair of slippers, hairy legs, right? Because she's not shaving anymore, man. She's fucking in her 90s. You know what I mean? Sitting smoking a fag, sick corgis at her feet. Big massive heat on the fag. Refusing to put the ash in a tray. Bring the cunt in. Now you listen to me, you fucking daft bastard. I'm sick of bailing you out. You're going to sit down with that mad bird for the BBC and you're going to tell her all the shit you've been getting up to. Do you understand me? I just thought it was a complete waste of everybody's time because, like I said, it's just giving him, I think, a get out of jail card in the sense that he can go, look, I'm not discussing this anymore. I've given my interview to the BBC, and that is me done. Because nobody's ever going to bring charges against Prince Andrew. It's just not going to happen. Do you imagine the resources that are... They fucking killed Diana, for God's sake. They killed a woman in a tunnel. And every one of you fucking believe that. They killed one of their own. And you think anything's going to happen to Prince Andrew? When he's doing that interview and he's reading out some names of people, I'm going, there must be MI5 agents just standing in the back fucking writing these names down to a hit list, going, right, we'll start with him, we'll just work our way down. If you were at one of these mad orgies or one of these sex parties in like these New York apartment or on a fucking island, you'd be keeping your mouth shut, man. You're going to end up with a broken bone in your neck fucking hanging for a sale. So what I'm saying is, I just felt that if you've got one opportunity, even when they start, you know, when they had them walking down the corridor, as if they're best pals. As if they're going, oh yes, this is Buckingham Palace, this is a painting that my mother, the Queen, your Queen, actually stole from the Nazis. I say stole, they would give it to her as a present. Even that, you're going, if you are going there to be effectively an investigative journalist, right, to really put him on the spot and quiz him on serious allegations, not only against him, but against someone who is clearly is a very good friend of his, you would go in heavy. They probably need to fucking should have drafted Paxman in for it, but man, then they probably wouldn't have done it. That whole walk at the start, man, then they sit down and it's all, Your Royal Highness, thank you for... I mean, even that felt as though, when she was addressing him as Sir and Your Royal Highness, even that felt as though it was coming across as, don't you forget who the fuck I am, and I will do whatever the fuck I want to whoever the fuck I want, because you are sitting in Buckingham fucking Palace. Do you know who my ma is? Talking about, we'll go on to the things that you're doing shortly, you know, Your Royal Highness. Just me, Prince Andrew, thank you for joining us here. We'll start off with an easy question. Who killed Diana? Get him talking, man. And then just keep on him. How many Waynes have you fucked? I beg your pardon? So how many children have you fucked? I'm not here to discuss that. How many children have you fucked? Just keep on him, man. Instead of this, but it was convenient to stay at your friend's house. It's convenient to stay at my friend's house. Do you know why it's convenient to stay at my friend's house? Do you know how hard it is to sneak 14-year-old prostitutes into a hotel? Very difficult. It just felt like a complete waste of time. That's what it felt like. It felt as if he's clearly talking shite, he's clearly talking nonsense, and nobody's pushing him. You know? Even if it's like, is there anything you want to say? He's going, no, fuck off. The bold Prince Andrew, man. You can't even begin to imagine the fucking shit that goes on. Now, obviously, there's loads of stories and that I imagine some of you have heard, right? And apparently there's like newspapers that have got these super injunctions and super duper fucking Captain America injunctions and stuff. There's stories in a vault somewhere that can never be released. And I've heard stuff from people who used to be journalists, and I'm sure a lot of these are just fairy tales. I mean, it's spoken about by other journalists, but the big one was that I had heard Gordon Ramsay and fucking Gary Lineker were meant to be having an affair, right? All that stuff. And the beautiful one that I heard was that apparently Tom Cruise, the bold Tom Cruise, is a sex island. Sex island! Tom Cruise is a sex island. Fuck knows where it is. But even this, the American Cayman, I don't know where any of these places are. You know, it's like another planet. How is the climate events, tsunamis, wiping out all these beautiful tropical resorts, and yet these fucking pedo hunters have got vast compounds in the middle of fucking nowhere? Anyway, so the story here was that Tom Cruise is a sex island, and he takes up to 20 rent boys on the island, and he releases them. He releases them on the grounds of the compound, and then he hunts them. He hunts them and he fucks them. Right now, when someone tells you that apparently there's a story that Tom Cruise is a sex island on which he, because the thing that shot at first was hunt, right? So there's obviously an element of that's what gets him excited. He hunts rent boys, and when he catches them, he shags them, right? First time you hear that, you go, don't talk fucking nonsense, right? You're not. You're drunk, you're steaming. An hour later, a day later, a week later, well, that is first in your head, you're going, that could be fucking true, by the way. That could be true. And here's the other truth of it. See, because it's a guy hunting guys, nobody fucking cares. Tom Cruise can hunt all the wee fucking male rent boys he wants. Nobody would give a fuck. So I can't even begin to imagine what goes on in the lizard world. What some under his eye, blessed be the fruit, Illuminati fucking lizard god. God knows the shit that these people got up to, man. Even in your head, if you can imagine the most fucked up debauchery that you can think of, some eyes wide shut fucking... it wouldn't even come close to the most vanilla basic shit that these people got up to. And I tell you what will happen to Prince Andrew? Fuck all. That's what will happen to him. Because here's the other thing as well. See, before all of this kind of came to a head and he did the interview, where was he? Nobody fucking knows. You hear nothing of the man. That's the one thing that you've got to dip your cap to the bold Liz. That fucking palace, the royal family, they are watertight. Nothing fucking gets out. You know, and unless there's a story they want to spin or something that they want to discuss or speak on, fucking watertight, man. So you think of some of the stories that I've got out, imagine the fucking shit that has gone on that they don't even allow to reach to the press. All that'll happen, he'll get his knuckles wrapped off his maw. You know, maybe she'll take a couple of paintings off him, take some land, take a castle or something. And he'll disappear. He'll withdraw from public life. He'll continue to fucking talk on these various boards that he sits on or charities that he's part of. Because it just all operates together, you know? And I saw someone mention the other day how they felt that they felt so unjust by the whole interview because they felt that the man has clearly done wrong, but yet will never be brought, not even to justice, but to be questioned for his actions. And it will drive you insane if you think about this stuff. You just have to accept that there is a world that exists that you will know nothing of or ever be part of. And within that, there are levels of that world. We operate as normal people in the normal world. We get up, we go to work, we do a job, we pay our bills, we pay our mortgage. We try and find a little bit of happiness along the way. You do so, you die, you hope you leave your family in good health. And you move on to whatever happens next. And then there are people above you who have extreme wealth. Who have incredible resources at their disposal. Who will operate in a world that you, again, won't even know the beginning of or exist or what happens in it. And then there is a level above that. Aristocracy, people who are born royal families. In that world, again, it would blow your mind if you even knew half the shit that goes on. So you just need to think, hey, let them fucking get on with it. Let them fucking get on with it. Bold Andrew, man. Duke of York. I was reading a thing actually about him that, so he was born, where is he? 1960? Aye, 1960 he was born, right? Now, at the time of his birth, in 1960, he was second in the line for succession to the throne, right? So I imagine it would have been Charles, then him, number 2, right? Second in the league, challenging for the title in 1960. Now, as of November 2019, he's now 8th in line. He has fucking fallen from grace. The cunt's gone from number 2 to 8th. No chance, man. That's League One shit. The cunt's like Leeds. He was once a European powerhouse challenging for the top title, and now the cunt's in 8th place, man. But he'll still be a billionaire. Never have any worries. Never have any stress. Cunt doesn't even sweat. Cunt doesn't even sweat. That's how fucking cushy he is. He's out there pumping wains on a sex island, and the cunt doesn't break sweat. But yet, we have got to go to work tomorrow. Some of you are probably listening to this on your way to work. Some of you might be listening on your way home from work, having a shit Monday. I am recording this podcast a mere 1 mile from Holyrood Palace. Imagine the wealth is in there that could be redistributed among the country. But hey, we need the royals, you know? They've got to keep the American and Japanese tourists coming in. That's a different conversation for another day. Let's do some facts about Scotland. Let's run through some of them. I've got something a little bit different for you in this episode. I've gone for, rather than some facts, because we need to break it up every now and again. I mean, I can't keep hitting you with fucking zingers episode after episode. So what we're going for is we're going for a on this day. Come on. On this day in Scottish history. Now, it is the 18th of November, as you listen to the podcast. So let's run through. I can't even speak today, man. I've not done enough coffee. That's what it is. I've not done enough coffee, and I'm rambling, man. I've got Epstein and Andy in my head. On this day, some Scottish facts. What have we got here? 18th of November, 1785. Fuck me, a long time ago. On this day, in 1785, the birth near Cooper of Sir David Wilkie, who was a Scottish artist who made his name for his works depicting historical and religious subjects, though he also painted portraits and a range of other subjects. Sir David Wilkie, born on this day, 1785. On this day, 1870, the first 7 female undergraduates studying medicine at the University of Edinburgh are prevented from sitting an exam by the Surgeons' Hall riot. Oh! Surgeons' Hall, you know there's a bit up at Summer Hall. There's a room called the Surgeons' Hall. I wonder what that is. What part of University of Edinburgh that is now. Maybe it's up at TV, I don't know. But on this day, 1870, the first 7 female undergraduates studying medicine at the University of Edinburgh are prevented from sitting an exam. Let's go for another one. 1982, more recent on this day, in 1982, the South Ford Causeway between Benbecula and South Uist is opened in a ceremony held in a severe gale. Obviously, it's a severe gale. It's fucking in Benbecula. Beautiful part of the country. If you've never been up there, to the islands. You know, I've never been to Stornoway or Orkney or Shetland, and I really fucking want to go. Ideally, I'd go up and do a couple of gigs, because then it's a wee working holiday, and it kind of makes it more worthwhile. But I would love to go, man. I'd love to go up to Stornoway, and I'd love to go up to the islands. I've done a few island gigs before, And the west coast of Scotland is one of the most beautiful places in the world, man. It's unbelievable. I also keep saying, they've got this new, the Northern 500 or whatever it's called, this kind of 500-mile stretch of beautiful, pristine tarmac road that travels, I believe, just outside Inverness, all the way around the north of Scotland and comes back through like Ullapool and stuff like that. I keep saying I'm going to do these things and I never do. 2020, man, that's going to be the year. I started thinking already about some stuff that I need to get, like kind of goals to set and stuff, and actually start to plan the diary a bit better instead of just saying yes to everything, man. I need to start taking, a couple of weekends off every now and again, so that I can actually kind of do some stuff, man. Enjoy life a bit more, Also start to have some more experiences, so I've got some things to talk about. That needs to be the next thing. But there's some Scottish facts for you. That's probably quite good for a old pub quiz on this day. 1785, Sir David Wilkie's born. 1870, 7 female undergraduates can't get in for an exam because they're a fucking riot. Classic Scottish behaviour. And 1892, the South Fork Causeway between Benecula and South Uist is opened. There's your facts.
Doesn't it make you proud to be Scottish?
I've seen a lot of stuff recently on mostly Instagram where it'll be selling, like different can you even call them products? It's basically bits of shit, right? That you would never even consider buying, but you find yourself watching these clips going, what the fuck? Like, who's buying this stuff? Two things that I'd seen right now. The first one actually reminded me of an old Billy Connolly sketch. I think that's the reason why I watched it to the end. It's from the An Audience with Billy Connolly, which is arguably one of the greatest stand-up specials that I think has ever existed. And if you've never seen An Audience with Billy Connolly, you need to watch it, man. It's spectacular. It's absolutely spectacular. I think there was a time when I want to say ITV, because it definitely wasn't the BBC, but they had this, maybe it was BBC, but they had this run of shows where it would be an audience with, and it was things like, who done them? Elton John did one, which was also great. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it was a list of celebrities did these audience with, and basically they have a 2-tier stage setup. The first tier is all celebrities in fucking quotes, unquotes, right? So it's people like weather presenters, and there's a few celebrities in there, right, but no many. And then the top half is punters, and a lot of them went out, and they were awful. They were truly fucking awful. They would say things, they'd just stand there and go, does anyone have a question? And then just talk about a shite question. Whereas Connolly went out and just did what he does, just did a set, and it was fucking amazing. But he's got a bit in it where he talks about, cut your hair with this thing, and it's like a comb with a fucking razor on it, or the big slipper, or the jackets. And so I'd seen these things advertised, right? And the first thing I saw was, and I'm not making this up, you'll be able to find it on Instagram somewhere, chainsaw trousers. Let me just say that again. Chainsaw trousers. Now, these are the trousers made of chainsaws. It's no trousers with wee chainsaws on them. It's no some fucking forward thinking, we have recycled chainsaws from the Amazon basin and made them into trousers by using a very ethical factory in Pakistan where we pay our workers with raisins and cashew nuts, and we invest those profits into ourselves by charging you £900 for a pair of trousers. It's trousers that are designed to withstand the impact of a chainsaw. Again, let me just say that out loud. Trousers that are designed to take away the impact of a chainsaw. So it's like tree surgeons, fucking workies, loggers, that kind of thing. And what it does is it shows you the chainsaw swinging and snagging on a pair of trousers, right, and it just cuts them up. And they have a dummy, because obviously you can't do it on a real person. They've got one of these mannequin dummies, right? Now, I have no idea what these things are made of. At some point in their life, everybody has touched a mannequin dummy, right? They're solid, right? They're solid. So they put a pair of these trousers on the dummy, and they lie the dummy down, and then they start up a chainsaw, and they just put the chainsaw down on its leg, and it kind of snags in the material, and it busts the material a bit, and the chainsaw comes to a stop, right? Because it's got that mechanism in it that if it snags, it cuts it, right? And it actually looks quite impressive because it kind of bursts through the first layer, and then it looks as if there's kind of stuffing coming out of it, and it snags all together, and the chainsaw stops. See when they take the trousers off that dummy. Now, I'm expecting the mannequin just to look the same. Its leg was fucked to bits. How is this an advert? You do know that human skin is far thinner than a fucking plastic mannequin. They took this thing off. The plastic was all burst. It was doing into what would have been the fucking meat of what was your leg. If that is cutting through these trousers and ripping a mannequin to fuck, imagine what that is doing to your leg. But yeah, there's some fucker watching it going, "Hey, Bobby, get us a pair of the chainsaw trousers, will you?" Who buys this stuff? The other one was a cleaning product. I'll try to talk about how it was something like I had a kid like sneezing or fucking been sick or some shit like that, and it was talking about how like things that you touch on a day-to-day. Not that everybody pushes this, that everything's covered in shit, right? You would get that all the time. What, like, do you know there's actual human shite in your keyboard? Look, there's shite everywhere, right? Do you know the only thing that doesn't have shite on it? A newborn baby. Well, I mean, even they've got shite on them. Everything's covered in shit, right? Let's just accept that. The world in which we live and operate is covered in a very thin layer of shite. You can't run for it. You can't escape it. It's fucking covered in shite. That's it. Just accept it. They had these things that's like cleaning your phone and in between wee bits and going through all the kind of nooks and crannies of your phone and make sure you clean it out because there could be stuff in there. There's shit. There's fucking the amount of farts that you do during the day. There's shit particles everywhere. Nobody's ever been in a hospital, right? And you've gone in to A&E going, I feel terrible, doctor. I'm just not feeling great. Can you speak to somebody and talk us through your day? What is it? Let's take some bloods, man. Let's take some blood tests. Let's just see what's going on here. And then next minute, fucking alarm's going off. Doctor's running in. You've been quarantined. They've shut a part of the hospital down. You know, they've got your family up next to kin. There's a priest there ready to speak to you. What's the matter, doctor? He's been exposed to too much feces on his fucking keyboard. There's shit everywhere, man. I just don't understand who's buying this stuff. It had to go somewhere. There was a time when, does QVC even still exist anymore? It must be. Somebody's mom must still be sitting fucking buying stuff off QVC. They've got to find a way to punt this crap. Do you know what I mean? And I suppose, again, social media makes the perfect place to do it. You're sitting at home, bored, just scrolling. Next thing you know, the wife said to him, "Were you having a drink last night?" "No, I wasn't. When I went to bed, did you sit up and have a couple of beers?" "Oh, honestly, I swear to God." "Why are you asking that?" "Because there's a fucking 6 pair of chainsaw trousers just turned up." 6 pair of chainsaw trousers, half a litre of rubbing alcohol, whatever the fuck that is. And a bag to keep it dug in. I often wonder who buys this stuff, man. I'd seen one, it reminded me of something, because I bought when I was a young fucking boy racer back in the day. With my Vauxhall Corsa, drapped 60, man. Drap it, you got to drap it, mate. Even had the fluorescent light tubes underneath it as well. Oh yes, man. Oh yeah, I was a fucking, I was a player. I was a boy, man, in the game. I had one of these, it's like cigarette lighters. You plug in the cigarette lighter and it gives you another 8 cigarette lighters, right? So you can fucking, every one of your pal can have a fag and they go to one time. It's basically so you can plug all your shit in, you know, and run it all off your fucking cigarette lighter. Because the Sod's Law, man, right? We had 2 cars, me and the missus, obviously, a car each, in Edinburgh, a bit different from Glasgow and where she was previously. Really, unless I'm going to work, car doesn't move, right? So the car is parked, both the cars, and the cars wouldn't move. And gave my car away to my brother because I wasn't really needing it. I thought, we'll just use one car, right? That's it. Even if I'm going away, or worst case scenario, we need to get another car for something. It's going to be short term and short notice. You know, we could hire a car if need be. And, Sod's Law, as soon as I give my car away, her car's fucked, right? So it's got to go in the garage. You actually called RAC now, this wee guy, man. Oh, my God. You know, sometimes when you meet somebody and you think, this guy's going to be a pain in the arse, and then after a couple of minutes you think, you know what, this guy's actually alright. Nice wee guy, man, just rocked up. Now, this is about 8:30 at night, right? And I think it was Monday or Tuesday. And I knew the car was fucked, man. Long story short, front suspension spring is fucking snapped on the thing, making a hell of a noise. So, phone RAC it. And he turns up and he says, right mate, just jump the motor and turn the wheel, So I turns the wheel, full lock, make sure it's full lock, because obviously if it's no full lock, they can't see fuck all. Turns it full lock and he goes, oh, big man, there's a crack. There's a crack, big man. I went, what? He went, your spring's cracked, big man. Fuck me, Jesus, fuck. So basically, drives to the garage, right? It's still driving. Somehow the spring is snapped, and instead of busting through what is the plate that holds it in, and all he kept saying to me was, every time I see these, mate, it just fucks the tyre. It just fucks the tyre. I mean, technical. Excuse me. I imagine when they turn up at a job, right, that they must just love it if within the first 30 seconds they can understand that you're just a bloke, you're just a normal guy. Because, everybody has the RAC or not everybody, but most people will have it, right? And I imagine if they're called out to, like, a posh cunt's house or a fancy place, and what seems to be the problem with the car? And they've got to go into the technical, well, what's happening, madam, madam, is that the ball bearing off the coil spring is it? And when they turn up and I say, listen mate, it's been making a fucking hell of a noise, they must just go, oh, I can just talk normally, by saying your fucking spring's fucked. But all I kept telling me was, every time I see these, mate, it just fucks the tyre, that's technical speak for burst your tyre. It's just fucked the tyre. Drove me to a garage. Well, I followed him round to this garage, not too far from the house. We're going to leave it right now. He's telling me all things like so many garages, mate. I think a car garage is the last frontier of piracy that still exists. I think now most people are clued up on joiners, plumbers, sparks, even a builder. Like if you're getting a high-end bit of work done to the house, like a wee grand design number, there are enough places you can go now where you can see someone's portfolio. Like you can physically go and see work that they've done. Or if you're getting something small done in the house, you're getting like a downstairs toilet, whatever it is, you will know someone who's had a bit of work and they'll refer you to a person, right? But I think a car garage is the last frontier for real pirates, because there's so many garages. Even within walking distance to my house, there's umpteen fucking garages. And here's the thing, see if you walk past a garage, there's a street down at the bottom of Leith Walk, and from one end of the street to the other, it's just all garages. It's just all car garages. Every one of them has got about 6 or 7 cars up on a fucking ramp, working away, bits of motor lying everywhere, old fucking relics out in the street. They never seem to fix a fucking motor. You never see You never see someone coming and going, I'm just here to collect a wee quarter. That's it, fixed time, that's you good to go. You never see anybody fucking coming to collect a car. It's just like a graveyard, a cut and shut job, a motors fucking everywhere. And any time I need to go to a garage, I am not a man's man in the sense that I can open a bonnet and go, oh, fucking bish bash bosh, fuck it to do. Let's say we're going to need to refit a dilithium crystal in there. And not a clue. And I think men who are mechanics, I think that they can smell that fear of other men. I don't know if it's the exposure to oil over a number of years. I don't know if there comes a certain point where it's almost a radioactive experience where they've had their hands in so much grease and oil that it's seeped into their blood and they are now able to smell that fear in other men. I don't know. But anytime I go into a garage, I always think, I'm going to get bent over this desk and rattled in the arse here. I just feel as if they're going to shaft you all the time. The worst thing you can say to a mechanic is, what would you suggest? Because they'll go, oh, I would suggest $5,000 worth of work. But the nice wee guy for the RAC took me to this garage and he was telling me all about it. And he was saying that these are the guys who they're registered with the RAC and they've actually done a whole load of stuff that's really good for customers and blah, 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 whatever. So we're leaving a key in a key box, leaving the car in the car park, and we're fucking off. And we're literally round the side of his van, right? I've got to sign this bit of paper. It's an electronic screen, right? Because it's all electronic now. And I'm walking round the back of the car with him, back of his van, and I'm going to get in the passenger side because he's driving me home, right? And I swear to God, man, he's in front of me, walking down one side of the van. He gets to the back of the van and he just goes, oh my God, and he fucking jumped into my arms. He jumped up and into my arms and I shat my fucking pants. I'm not even going to pretend that I was a hard man going, what is it? I fucking shat myself. He shouted, oh my fucking God, and literally jumped into my arms. I think I just threw him off the back of the van. Now, I didn't know if we're under attack. I didn't know what was going on. And I said, so I've thrown him in the van. I went, what's your fucking problem? And he says, a fox. There's a fox. It's a fucking fox. Honest to God, it was like Captain Mandela. The way that he reacted is if he's walked around there and there's 6 fucking Somalian pirates ready to take the 2 into the back of the van. I shat myself, man. He's walked around the side of the van, seen a fucking fox in the car park, and jumped into my arms. The fox has just fucking legged it. Oh, I was fuck. You know when you get such a fright, you're laughing, right, because you're embarrassed, but you're shook up, man. Even when we go back out of the van, he's laughing. I says, mate, I thought you were fucking under attack. And then he says to me, oh, a fat lot of good you'd be. And I was like, well, I didn't have much time to prepare for an attack. A fucking fox. He's like, do you think the fox is still out there? I was like, mate, it's a fox, right? Nothing's going to happen to us. It's a fox. I know we're in a city. Some fox isn't going to jump out with a machete and a balaclava, put you against the wall going, what's in the van, mate? Have you got tools in that van? Fucking shut yourself. But on the way driving home, now it's a 10-minute drive, right? The guy's chatting away, and he's a lovely wee guy, man. He was a fucking nice wee guy. Freezing cold, it was absolutely freezing. And I was like, this must be a brutal, man, out in this weather. He says, this is my last year, mate. This is my last year. 30 years in the game. 30 years in the game. I promised myself last year this is my last winter. That's what he said. And I'm sticking to it, man. And it was, do you know what? It was nice to hear, man. 30 years working in the RAC. He was telling me that he gets a wee, not a payoff at 30, but they get a vouchers or something towards a holiday. And he says, when I get to 30 years service, I'm going to take my wee vouchers, I'm going to take the missus on a nice holiday, and then that's it, mate, I'm jacking it in. And even things like he was saying, he says, I'm shitting myself because every morning I look out and I see the van parked in the drive and I think, right, that's me, that's my work. But I know when I give that up, I'm not going to have anything. And he's saying, but I've done this for 30 years, the game's changing, the young boys that are coming in. And he actually said, they're not even men, they're just boys now, and they're fucking arseholes. That was exactly what he said. He says they'd stab you in the back for 50 pence. And I thought that perfectly sums up the youth of the day, my man. It was just a nice wee guy, man. Nice wee guy. He's like, I'm worried about the future, but I feel good knowing that I've made the decision that I'm going to chuck it. It was interesting just to have the conversation. You think that, you know, even regardless of what we're all doing in this fucking rat race, man, however you earn your crust, whatever it is you do, one of the biggest things that I realised from having that kind of brief conversation with him is that your house, your home is one of the biggest things. If you can get that paid off, you know, imagine the fucking freedom that brings. Knowing that you've not got to pay a mortgage. You know? The opportunity that must free up. Not only in your working life, but even in your social life, when you can say, right, you know what, I have grafted for 30 years. And that concept of working in one place for 30 years would be alien to most young people nowadays. But you've grafted in that 30 summers, 30 winters, freezing cold. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles of driving, fixing motors. For what? For what? To have your own wee bit of security, to get your own wee house and pay it off. And now it's paid off, you fucking run. That's what I remember coming in and I said that to the missus after. I was like telling her about the wee guy and telling her about the fox, and I says that's the way to do it, man. However you need to hustle to get by in life, man. You do it until you're secure, you know. And then when you've got that house paid off, you fucking pan it, man. And you just try and find something to get you by. Just to help you survive. Aye, nice wee guy, man. Nice wee guy. Talk about the dogs. Good wee guy, man. And then I get the motor back 24 hours later with a fucking whopping bill to get it fixed. Thankfully passed its MOT. So we're all good, man. Back in the track. Right, we are. I mean, I'm spoiling you with this fucking episode here. What will we do? Do you know what? Let's move very quickly towards the end of wrapping this up. Let's look at some news items. Play the jingle. Today's headlines. Boy sticks magnetic balls up his penis. Cannabis stuffed into the back of a van. Wild boar snorts cocaine. As always, absolute cutting edge. We've spoke about Mad Andy. We've spoke briefly about Epstein. I don't really want to talk about the fucking election because I think, do you know what? A lot of them are a fucking shower of shite. So we're going to have a light-hearted look at the news. First thing up, all of these are from the Metro, if you would like to read further. Boy sticks 31 magnetic balls up his penis, which got stuck in his bladder for 70 days. Why, oh why, oh why? There is a X-ray image on the news story of the magnetic balls. Now, what he has done here, fucking can't you get to jail for this? 31 magnetic balls. I mean, where do you even get magnetic balls from? They were inside a 12-year-old boy's bladder after he got them stuck up his penis. What? The child said he forced him up there while exploring his anatomy. What the fuck is wrong with this world? At 12 years of age, surely you have explored everything that needs to be explored. I can't speak for the guy, right? I can't speak for the boy. And quite frankly, I don't want to speak for the boy. But I imagine if you are exploring your anatomy, you'd maybe stick something up your arse. You don't put 31 fucking magnetic balls down the Jap side of your bobby. Why would you do that? It says here, he was exploring his anatomy and was rushed to hospital 2 months later after experiencing severe abdominal pains. Do you know what? This reminds me of the last idiot that was sticking stuff down his dick. These people need put down. There, I'm saying it. I know it's a 12-year-old boy. I know some people are feeling sorry for him. We need to start getting a bit more fucking hardcore. See if you bring your Wayne into the hospital and he's got 31 magnetic balls stuck down his fucking bobby, you're getting to jail. As a mother and father, I'm jailing you. And then, well, there's serious questions getting asked about him. Bucky balls, these are called. Fucking hell. This can't be real. This can't be real. Bucky balls. What the fuck is a bucky ball? It says here, bucky balls are popular toys sold in the form of metal spheres which can be stacked into any shape. Oh my god. Urologist Dr. Wang. This is the real. This is a fucking load of shite. There is no way the doctor who's responsible for pulling 31 balls out this guy's bobby is called Dr. Wang. This is shite. I'm not buying this. Urologist Dr. Wang said the pieces were very difficult to retrieve. I bet they were, Dr. Wang. Do you try sucking them out? Due to their magnetic properties? Surely you just get a fucking steel rod and yank them out. Dr. Wang says they tend to slip when trying to grasp them. Oh, you dirty cunt. Or they form a large ball-shaped cluster. This boy needs help, man. Oh. At first, it was not immediately clear to medics what was causing the young patient's abdominal pains. Dr. Wang said it didn't appear to us to be gastrointestinal problem, so we pulled him aside and asked him. He admitted that about 70 days earlier he inserted bucky balls into his urethra. Oh, you dirty cunt. See, this is something like fucking just in your mind as a man. See if you start talking about putting things down your jap side, it's just you just get a pain in your stomach. I'm in agony even reading this. In the end, doctors had to fill the boy's bladder with air to make it easier to locate and grab the bucky balls, avoiding the need for invasive surgery. You dirty fucking cunt. The boy from Wuhan, capital of China's Hebei province, is expected to make a full recovery. And I hope he gets a slagging for the rest of his fucking life. Well, there you go, Dr. One. Oh, people need help, man. That is not right. Right, moving swiftly on. Let's try and get that horrific image out of our mind. Back to a story with our good friend Richard Hartley Parkinson. You will know him from previous episodes. He is a hard-hitting journalist for the Metro. So let's see what the Bold Dickie has been covering this time. Forest of cannabis trees found stuffed in the back of van trying to escape floods. Yes! There's a story you don't get. We've had people slagging Boris because they can't use a mop. People moaning that they've had tarmacking done so it's stopping flood defences. Nobody is covering the story that the fucking junkies have fled the cannabis farm from the floods apart from our old mate Dickie Hartley Parkinson. Flood victims across South Yorkshire and Lincolnshire have been doing what they can to save their most treasured possessions from the floods, including this forest of cannabis plants. Police stopped this van in Worksop. Worksop, Nottinghamshire, after it was spotted speeding. Why? See, if you are carrying a van full of fucking drugs, why are you speeding? Why are you speeding? Just take it easy. Take it fucking easy. Chill out, man. Go slow. Put Classic FM on. Relax. You've got a van full of fucking weed. Calm yourself down. However, the driver and the passenger ran off across the fields when they were pulled over. Officers managed to get into the van and found it was packed full of bin bags filled with 25 mature cannabis plants with a street value of over £20,000. The driver, 26, was arrested nearby on suspicion of growing cannabis. Suspicion? What suspicion have you got? A van full of fucking cannabis plants? Oh, fuck the police, man. The second man is still being hunted by police. Police then went to a house in Worksop as part of their investigation and found that the cellar had been flooded, disrupting the electricity supply to the attic where the plants were being grown. Where were they taking them, man? The police involved Sergeant Tony Runge. What a fucking toilet, he says. Like, what started as a relatively routine vehicle stop led to the discovery of a large quantity of drugs. The flooding has had a big impact on the town of Worksop, causing misery for a number of families. Well, guess what? They're going to be miserable now because they can't get a fucking joint because their cannabis plant has been destroyed. However, Sergeant Tony Rungway went on to say, it appears it has also had the impact of flushing out some criminal activity. Ha 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 ha. Fuck you. See, if you're driving about with a van full of fucking drugs, just take it easy, right? Take it fucking easy. I didn't even know people still grew cannabis plants. I think the thing with cannabis, nobody really cares anymore, do they? Cannabis is pretty fucking chilled out, man. I imagine even if the police caught you with a van full of plants, they'd be like, listen, fucking, it's not worth the paperwork. It's not worth the paperwork. And a final story, once again from the pen of arguably the greatest journalist that has ever worked on these shows, Richard Hartley Parkinson. The headline simply says, wild boars snort £17,000 worth of cocaine they find hidden in a forest. Oh, what a day to be a pig. A group of drug dealers have been left £17,000 out of pocket after their stash was destroyed by a group of wild boars. They believe to have buried the drugs in a forest in Tuscany to prevent them from being found by police. However, wild boars dug up the packages and were found scattered in the woods. It is not known how the animals coped with the come down. Oh, dicky. Eh? I imagine no bit of bacon sandwich anyway. Police knew about the drug taking hogs after listening to a telephone conversation between alleged dealers in which they were heard complaining about the boars in the Valencia Valley. A phone call led to the detention of 3 Albanians and an Italian, with 2 jailed and 2 others placed under house arrest. The gang allegedly traded £4.4 of coke every month in nightclubs in the city of Arezzo. The drug dealers are not the only people concerned about the number of wild boars in Italy. Farmers are unhappy with the damage they're causing to land, while drivers have reported an increase in accidents on the road of Italy. They were responsible for 10,000 accidents a year. They're out their fucking tits and coke. No wonder they're causing accidents. Fucking digging up land. They're out their fucking box. I mean, I imagine a wild boar could cause a fair bit of damage on its own. Never mind one that's coked out its fucking tits. Imagine being the farmer, just comes in the next day, and his truffles, boys, they're fucking just white snouts, Say hello to my little friend. You'll never get them off it. You'll never get them off the coke, man. Once a fucking wild boar has had a taste of the fucking ching ching, that's it, man. My truffling days are over, cunt. I'm fucking looking for Colombian marching powder. Maybe that's what they should do. Maybe the police should use wild boars who were once coke addicts to locate further drug stashes. I think we're onto something here. There you go. As always, wonderful news stories. You had the fucking idiot who stuck 31 Bucky bottles down his Jap's eye. Cannabis plant farm was destroyed by the floods in Worksop. And Italy's coked up wild boars destroyed £17,000 worth of cocaine. Right, we should wrap this up, man. This has been... I actually thought this was going to be a short episode, and it looks as if it's been another long one. Thank you to everyone who has listened so far. We're on episode 7, man. We're getting into a rhythm now. I mean, I'm enjoying this now. It's starting to find its feet. I'm starting to kind of get what it is. So, thank you to everyone who has listened. I hugely appreciate your support. Couple of things as always that we need to mention. If you enjoy the show, wherever you listen to your podcast, if you want to give it a wee review, that would be very much appreciated. If you want to go on iTunes, give it a wee 5-star review, that would be great. Help it move up, help more people listen to it. If you subscribe to the podcast, share it with your friends and family, man. Let's try and grow the numbers on this bad boy. So get on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to the social media. Subscribe on SoundCloud, Spotify, Acast, all that fucking shit. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to my website, scottgibsoncomedy.co.uk. Join the mailing list if you haven't already. It's the best place to keep up to date. There's going to be a whole host of stuff happening in 2020. I have got a few plans for things that I want to put into place. So if you haven't already, sign up to that. It's the best way to hear about stuff that's coming out. 1st of December, I have my last tour show of 2019 from my show White Noise, and it is at the Glee Club in Glasgow. I would love to pack this one out. It would be great. It would give the show a good send-off for this year anyway, if we could pack this room out one final time. So it's the 1st of December, the Glee Club in Glasgow. It's a beautiful club, man. If you haven't been to see the show yet, please do come along. If you have seen it and you think that anyone you know would enjoy it, send them my way, man, because it would be a pleasure to have you there. Go to my website for tickets or go to the Glee Glasgow for tickets as well. 1st of December. I will hopefully see you there. That's it, team, man. There's not really much else to plug. Just get online, follow the social media pages, and hey, let's grow this podcast, man. I'm going to keep it coming. Every Monday is going to be another episode. I'm getting more comfortable with this kind of recording setup. So let's grow it, man. Let's make 2020 a good year. Positive vibes. Let's fucking put it out there. If you listen and you enjoy it, share it with someone, and let's grow the numbers. Thanks for listening. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you. I'll see you in the battlefield soon. Onwards.